Hello there. Do you see me? Give me a comment if you see me. Sorry for being late. I was not on live, but I was talking to myself forever. Give me a comment if you see me, hear me, and say hello. I'm not seeing the first comment yet. Don't be shy. Leo, hello. Thank you. Thank you for comment. Okay, now I know that I'm on live. Hi, here it's Vector. Hi, Vector, Leo. Thanks for joining. Good evening, good afternoon, good morning, depending on where you are. Hello, hello, Missy Night. Thank you for joining. And we have 15 people. Oh no. I was expecting like 2, 3 people coming, and we have 15. That's amazing. So thank you very much for joining. This is my very first webinar on this channel. Thank you very much for everyone who promoted for this event, and probably some of you come from referral from a Hult. So I appreciate that. So thank you very much for joining, and I'm planning to do this for about 1 hour. This is your time, so I'm just here to help you. So please throw me any questions and comment, or anything is fine. But maybe something related to job or study or will be beneficial for other participants as well. And the very important thing, I have some rules in this stream. Oh, I'm seeing a lot of hello. Thank you, thank you. So I put it in the description. So please read it through first. So, but I will repeat it here because it's very important. One, I cannot talk about anything about my company because it's their policy. So please don't mention, even if you know where I work for. So this is very important. Top priority. Okay. And if it is thrown into the chat, I may have to delete it. But please don't feel bad about it because I need to do it to keep doing this. Okay. Second, this will be mainly English, as you can see. So even if you are not confident in your English, please do your best to describe your question in English so that other people can understand. But if you do really need help, you can write it in Nihongo, and I can help you in Nihongo, Japanese, okay? Third, I thought, okay, so we have limited time. I'm planning to do this for 1 hour tonight. So since fortunately we have 15 people joining, now I have 25 people coming. It's surprising. Thank you very much for your participation, but I may not be able to help you today, like all of you today, but I will do this for sure again. And I do my best to answer as many questions as possible today. So please be patient, even if your question is not answered. I do my best to answer as much as much as I can. Good. Okay, so I see a lot of hello from Japan. Hello. Thank you for a lot of hellos, and yeah. So yeah, now we can begin. So please don't be shy. Anyone can be the first questioner, and I'm here to help you. By the way, like this is Bullseye, which I got from Disneyland by playing the city game with kids, and I got them. Yeah, I will wait for the first question. Don't be shy. Don't be shy. We have 12 comments already. Hello, I'm excited. Thank you. Hello from Tokyo. Hello, thank you. Yoyan, Bido-san, Nagasawa-san, thank you for joining. Kiki-san, Hiro-san, Erika no Hikidashi Nikki-san, Kukugari-san, AT-san, Shinsuke-san, Takuma-san, Shigechika-san. How do you spend your holidays? Sure. Okay. Okay. I will talk about it. Yeah. Okay. This will be brief. This will be brief. I'm recently playing Mahjong. It's Chinese board game, but it's a Japanese rule set, and it's very exciting. And I have couple of like many Mahjong friends here, so this is how I spend my weekend. And I'm actually playing Mahjong tomorrow, whole day. Thanks for the question, and you was the very first one, so I appreciate it. Thank you. Okay, MSY. Did you study data science? It's question. So I studied at Hult International Business School, HULT, Hult, and I studied business analytics. So I wanted to be a data scientist, but I wanted some expertise in business. So I decided to go to business school. And to be honest, I didn't have good GPA, so I didn't have a chance to apply for a prestigious school. But Hult is good school. And I studied business analytics, where I studied R, Python, SQL, and Google Analytics, almost everything basic needed for the data scientist basic. Yeah. Uh, Maybe we can elaborate later, but yeah, I study business analytics. Hiro-san, what kind of work do you do? Okay, thanks for the question. So how can, so I work on data and I work on data visualization on Tableau. So for those who don't know Tableau, Tableau is a data visualization tool. Think of it as a Excel. So you have like a data and you can make a chart, right? A bar chart, a line chart, a bar chart, or whatever. And Tableau can do it in a big scale with a lot more like detail and calculation, and it's much more beautiful. So my team wanted someone who can visualize the data and I can present to someone. So this is what I'm doing. Yes, let's move on to next question. What tips do you think of how to make foreign friends if you have work skill than other colleagues? That's very good question. So if you have worse skills than other colleagues, I'm not sure if I understand this. The second part. Yeah. Okay. Let's answer the first part of this question. So I like making friends. I like hanging out with people, getting dinner, and go play mahjong or whatever. Uh, the tip is to be open-minded, I think. So here in Bay Area, there are a lot of people from all over the world. So I'm from Japan. People from my school was like from all over the Japan, all over the country, that world. So I have like 60 nationality in my class year, and I had to like work with other people. But like people have different like mindset. Like one very typical example is that people from the second biggest country in the world are not punctual. So they are often very late for the appointment at school and meeting, and it causes confliction. But I have to understand that it's different culture. So you can be mad at it, but you cannot like reject a person just because we are different. So it's what I thought. Or like I just had a Korean dish today, and in Japan, you have to hold like a dish to eat, and this is bad manner in Korea. You have to put it on the table and have to eat like this. And I was trying to like respect other people's culture and be open-minded and have a big smile, like this, like literally big smile. This will really help, like ice breaking and get you guys close together. Okay, I have a lot of questions. Yeah, let's move on. And if I don't answer your second half of the question, Nakasawa-san, please ask me again. I'm sorry. But I move on to the next one. Neo, how did you make your own network when you study in Hult? This is a very good question too. So this is partially related to the last question, but mm, I try to make friend, not network. This is very important, like distinction, like difference. So network, maybe you think of it as a LinkedIn network. You go to a meetup event, you give your name card, and exchange your LinkedIn and say hello. That could be your network. But uh, in my opinion, it doesn't really help you. It's no fun doing it because it's kind of awkward, right? Like, hey, where do you work for? Google. Oh, yeah. Maybe we can have a coffee chat. Um, like, it's very awkward, and the person is being used to being asked that kind of question, right? So try to be a friend. Um, Try to know the person, not his skill or background or job. You can be friend, go hang out with him or her, get dinner, play sports or whatever, be their friend. And if your friend is in trouble, right, you want to help him or her, right? So if you're just friend, that's like perfect, like 100 point, like 100% good. And if the person, your friend, can help you in your when you are in trouble, that's 120%, right? So try to make friends without expecting anything, and meet your friends in the same attitude. This is maybe best tip I can give you, and this is what I have been doing for many years, already 4 years in the US. Okay, let's move on. We have 31 people watching. It's exciting, but I'm a bit worried about answering of the question. Let's go on. Yeah. Uh, Daemon-san. I'm a new graduate who will be going to hold MIB next September at the right time. Okay. How did you spend your time before going to MIB? I'd appreciate it if you could tell me what I should have done and what I should not have done before going to Hult. Okay, that's very good question. So for those who don't know Hult, Hult is a school I went to, and Hult located in San Francisco, Boston, and Dubai, London, and New York and Shanghai, if I remember correctly. They may have more now, but it's the school I went. And MIB stands for Master of International Business, where I study business. And it's kind of similar to MBA, but for young professional version MBA. Given that, what I should have done is that I should have reached out to alumni, people who graduated from Hult already. I should have started building network friends before going there, because I just went to Hult without knowing anyone. I was totally alone. I didn't know anyone in the US. So it was a bit challenging to meet new people. But if I know like one or two people before coming here, I could meet him first, meet her first, and I can meet the person's friend. And it's where you start like expanding your network, friends network, right? So that's what I should have done earlier, probably. And I should have decided what I really want to do. I kind of had like idea of what I want to do after graduating and after my study, or what career path I want to take. But I should have researched more, because I didn't know what's the difference between data science and a data analyst and data engineer. And that's like very different jobs, but I didn't know the distinction. So I should have done much more research before going there. And what I should have not done before going there was was worrying about too much. Like, oh, what if I don't make friends? Oh no, what if I don't understand English? And I didn't understand English, but it was fine. Like, it was totally fine. Like, I didn't understand like 60% of the class in the first week, but I was like, okay, maybe he's talking about economics. That was me in the first week, but don't worry about too much. A lot of people worry about too much, especially in language, but my English was terrible. People didn't understand me, but I was able to survive and I'm still alive, so it's okay. So don't worry about too much. That's my advice. Let's go to next one. Thank you for the question. Leo-san, thanks for following this webinar. Thanks for coming. I have some question. One, what should an internal student do to get the job offer in the US during the student? Okay, I'm dreaming to be a business analyst at tech. Okay, you have two questions, but let's answer the first one first, right? Okay, so first thing you have to do is to decide what you want to do. So you want to be a data analyst at tech. Okay, that's good. But be more specific. What size of the company? Data analyst is kind of like still big, and you want to be doing BI, data visualization, or you want to be in the deep analysis, data analysis, or you want to do machine learning, and you want to be kind of close to data engineer role. So try to be specific. And what I did is once I decided what I want to be, go to LinkedIn and search for the job title you want, let's say data analyst, and check through 10 job description from anywhere. And if you look at 10 and pick up the requirement they have. So some of them say you have to be proficient at Python and R. Some of them say you have to be good at SQL and data visualization. And count this. Okay, so 10 out of 7 requires Python. 10 out of 6 requires SQL. You make a list and you know what the top skills that are required from the companies in this area for the position you want. So to be a data scientist or data analyst, you have to be good at Python, SQL, and R, right? And practice on this thing. And again, make friends. Friends help because friends help each other, right? So make a good friend. Okay, yeah, if this is not enough, please ask me again, but I move on to the second question. What do you think about what international students should do before departure? Okay, so this was kind of overlapping from the last question. So what you should do is to do networking, start making friends before going. And if you so you want to be a business analyst. I'm sorry, you said business analyst, not data analyst. Yeah, but business analyst. So do research on what you want to do and what skills are required. So you can start like learning even before going. So I didn't have any coding experience before going to Hult. So I took it's called tech camp class. It's in Japan. So they teach you coding. And the language they teach is called Ruby, which is very similar to Python. So it helped me to follow the class. So do research, understand what they really require you to do, and start practicing these skills. And if you don't know, ask your senpai, alumni, including me. So I want to be a data analyst. What should I do? And I should be able to give you a tip. But you can give me a question here too. Okay, let's move on. Thank you. Of course. Welcome. How did you improve your English? Did you take TOEFL score? Yes, I took TOEFL 9 times. 9 times because my English was awful. And it cost me, so one TOEFL test is at $225, right? And took it 9 times, it's almost $2,000, and that was a lot of expense even before going to school. How did I improve my English? I talk to friends, like a lot of friends, and not just American friends, but people from like India or European countries and China, Mexico, whatever, because they have different accent, and having accent is kind of normal here. So you listen to many kind of English, and you have to understand like all of it. So just don't focus on like speaking American English, but it's different. I don't know where you are going, but at least in Bay Area, it's very common to have like different accent of English everywhere. So talk to your friend, make a lot of friends, go hang out, get a beer, do whatever you like. Don't think it as a study, but just enjoy being with someone, and you will improve for sure. Because I improved a lot from that experience. And get drunk if you are over 21. That really helps to speak better English, right? Communication, right? Okay. Let's go to the next one. Did you have difficulty getting a job in the US? Yes, that was hard. That was hard. To be honest, getting a job in the US, especially in Bay Area, is very competitive because of the salary. People dream of getting like a high salary, and a lot of smart people come here to get that job. So a lot of people compete for one position. Like having like 100 candidates for one position isn't uncommon. Like it's pretty normal. And it was really tough. And I don't think this helps you. So I try to explain like how you get through. So being specific helps. Now, what I mean by that is that let's use data analyst as one example. So I want to be a data analyst. Okay, so there are a lot of data analyst position, but the description is different for each position, right? So let's say this position requires very high experience in Python, but they don't care about what you do with R, right? R is a programming language. So if you are very good at Python, like you should aim for this position because you will excel. You will be better than other candidates for this position. So you have higher chance of getting interview and getting hired. So think about what your top skill is and try to be specific as much as you can. You can do AWS, and if the job description says AWS, it's a very good match. But don't try to apply. You can apply, but applying for unrelated positions, unrelated from your skills, will not be as effective as narrowing down your scope. This is one. Other thing is that don't aim too high. Cause sorry, I'm sweating a lot. Don't aim too high, cause big tech positions are competitive, and a lot of people want to get the position, but small companies positions are not that competitive. So try to apply for like many like different sides of the company, and you get like a contractor position or anything, and if they like you, they will convert you full time. So don't be uh, don't be too specific about the position, but be specific about the skill set, if it makes sense. Okay. Okay. Let's move on. Let's move on. Let's move on. Your job BI? Yes, I work on a BI, business intelligence, which is mostly Tableau. If you don't know Tableau, Google, that's a really good tool. And I think that gives you a good position if you are good at it. But I think student license is free, so try using it. I recommend like practicing Tableau. That helps a lot. Uh, what's English? Okay. So your question was Nagasawa-san. Uh, so if you are not good at English and how to make friends, don't worry about it. Like, let's say like I assume you are from Japan, right? And And if someone from US come to you, and こんにちは、私の名前はジェームズです。And do you hate this person because his Japanese is bad? And I don't think you hate this person. Like he's making his best, and you will like this person if he's good, he's nice. So don't worry about language. People don't judge you by language. As a friend, at least in professional world, it might be a bit different, but they shouldn't be discriminated in this way. And in Bay Area, I don't think it's a big issue. Like people who work for big tech may not speak perfect English. That's really common. So be confident. Just be open-minded. You don't make friend with language, but you make friend with a person. So be nice to the person. Uh, get the beer. I repeat this, but get the beer. Be a good friend, right? Okay. Okay. Hey, could you tell me the decisive factor of choosing Hult? Very good question. Thank you for asking. Hult. So, as I said earlier, I didn't have a good GPA. I didn't have many choice, but what I liked, I actually see Nadia here in this chat, and I talked about this to Nadia before. So Nadia, is it okay to talk about you? I think it's okay. So Nadia is a academic advisor at Hult, and she was helping me to get into Hult. And everyone I met from Hult was nice. Like any single person wasn't good. Like wasn't nice to me. Like, did I say it wrong? Everyone was nice to me. uh, uh, yeah, I said it wrong. Sorry. Yeah, everyone was nice to me, including you, Nadia. And it's a business school, and they are running school business. And they have to be doing a good business to teach good business skill first. That was my thought. And in my opinion, employees are fundamental part of the company because company consists of people, not the building, not the legal bindings, but company consists of people. And if these people are bad, company is bad. And if these people are good, company are good. So I thought everyone at Hult was nice and good people. So I decided Hult because I thought it's a successful business and they have good know-how in running a good business. So that was my decisive factor. Some other were, yeah, they are nice, and some other school are not nice. I chose Hult. I don't know if this is like helping you, but yeah, this is my decisive factor. Let's move on to the next one. What is this the next one? Yes. What do you think are the skills needed to go from business analytics to data scientist? This is very good question too. Thank you for asking. So, business analytics. I think you are talking about business analytics at Hult International Business School, right? Yes. So Hult has like a couple of master's classes, and what I took was MIB International Business, and another one is a business analytics, where they teach Python, R, and SQL stuff that I talked earlier, and they teach you good foundation, but they don't teach you enough to be a data scientist. You have to study on your own after you graduate, or even while you are in Hult. It's not good enough to get a job. I'm sorry if I'm like de-promoting Hult, but a lot of people don't have good enough skill set to jump onto a data scientist position. So what you have to do is again decide what you want to do. Data scientist, okay. In data scientist, go check out 10 job description on LinkedIn, and pick up the top skills that they require. I think that will be machine learning and Python. Other thing could be Tableau, could be SQL, and be specific try to take some online classes where you can put on your resume and you can have some experiences. And other thing is that talk to data scientists in the field. So try to make friends, data scientist friend again. Friend is really important. Make friend, and ask them like, what do you recommend me doing before to get the position in data scientist. So they know much more than other people because they are doing it. And my daily routine will be doing this and that, and that is a skill needed for that position, right? So do research and understand what is really required and train on it. Don't trust school 100%. Hult is a good school. It's really good school, but no school in the world is enough. I think I'm saying too much. Okay, many schools are not enough to jump onto the position because each position is different. School can teach you to be very specific. They teach you a lot of skill that are commonly required, but let's say, okay, I cannot give you example, but school cannot teach you like too specific. So if you find your expertise, like what you are good at, you have to like train yourself to fit into the position. So that's my advice, if I understand your question correctly. Okay, let's move on. Oh, I have a lot of questions. It's my pleasure. Thanks for asking that. And I see a lot of people from Japan, so I'm not sure if they are coming from US or Japan, but thanks for joining. Where did I go? Here. Okay. Thanks for answering. Of course, of course. Awesome job, awesome Masato. Thank you, Nadir. Hello, Nadia. Terima kasih. Takuma-san, what's your struggle when you were in Hult? A lot. One, English. I didn't speak good English. Like when I was talking with my roommate, I didn't understand him, he didn't understand me, and that was really tough communicating with other people. But I kept trying. I kept trying to meet a lot of people, and I overcame it, kind of. I still have problems speaking English, but it's going a bit okay. I still make a lot of mistakes, and people sometimes don't understand me, but it's okay. And other thing is that accepting difference. So I said earlier, so people are different. It's a bit challenging sometimes to work with people, like other people, basically. Like working with like anyone is hard, but working with people from different cultures is even harder. And you may have argument, you may have fight, and I heard like some of them like fight each other, and they had a lawsuit because of the fight happened in the school. This could happen. I think it's crazy, but this could happen. But if you try to be open-minded, and like, why this person say this, why this person like acts like this, I don't understand him. But try to be open-minded. Like you can say, what you said hurted me a bit because I felt in this way, but I don't think it was your intention. So maybe like, can you explain me why you said that? And like you say like you want to better understand him. So be open-minded. Don't just be angry at it. I was angry like many times, and I had a lot of fight, but I wasn't good. But yeah, that's like nature of the past people. But try to be open-minded. You will understand, and you will get used to it. Okay, open-minded and be friend with people. Okay. Let's go to next one. Neo, thank you for your advice about making friends better than building network. Of course, that's important. Very important. More important than studying. Okay. I am studying my MBA degree in Hult, San Francisco now. Oh, really? You are very close. Maybe we can get a coffee or something, right? Could you give me advice about how to find internship in Bay Area? Of course. So my very first internship, I actually have only one. My first internship was from a job fair at Hult. So I don't know if it still exists because COVID happened and it's like 2, 3 years before ago, right? But the job fair helped me finding the internship, and mm, I think uh, important thing is to be memorable to the recruiter. So my experience was that there was a job fair at Hult. So I was lucky enough to have that, but not many people got the job from the job fair because there are 200, 300 students coming to the job fair and only like 20, 30, like maybe 40 companies coming and hiring. And they're looking for a specific candidate for their position or internship. So there was a company where I was a little interested. To be honest, I wasn't fully interested, but I was a little interested. And the person before me was talking to the recruiter. She was founder actually, and I was waiting for the conversation to end for maybe 30, 40 minutes. And like everyone else was wrapping up and they are going home, and no one was like left there except for the person and the person talking to the person and me. But I was like trying to be like very patient. And after the conversation, I talked to her and sorry to bother you. I know it's already ended, but I wanted to talk about it. Talk about the position, and I'm starting a business and data, and I want to help you in data. And while she was walking away from a school, I walked with her with the CEO, and actually she drove me close to my house because I was like with her all the way to go home. So it looks like she remembered me because I was a very last person. I was very persistent. Uh, so it made me a bit memorable. She remembered me well, and I got an offer. So it's common that they receive like a lot of application from many candidates, but if you are memorable, you can be like memorable in like many ways, but make a good like a personal experience, like greet with a big smile, say something very memorable, say I don't know, I have black belt in judo, like that. I often use it. I actually have black belt because I was doing it for long. But people in the US thinks, oh, black belt, so cool, and they remember it. So anything is fine, but think of like something like this and make yourself memorable. So this applies to internship and any interview, or like to make friends, like meet random people, and you remember, oh, that person who do judo. And that's how you become memorable. People recognize you, and you have good network friends. Okay, let's move on to the next question. Again, let me get some water. It's already 9:40. I may need to extend a bit, but I do my best to answer other questions. Where did I go? Here. When a Japanese student, am I in the right place? Yes. When a Japanese student wants to get a job in the U.S., is her work experience in Japan evaluated? Yes, I would say so. But maybe this is very common for Japanese person, including me, to think in this way. But let's say you have experience in how do you call it? 営業. Sales, like 10 years of experience in sales. and you want to be a data scientist in America, in Bay Area. So you cannot say, I have 10 years of experience, because you don't have experience in data analysis. You have 0 years of experience in data analysis. So this is kind of same, not like very same, but almost the same, because you don't have expertise in the field. So job in the US are position based, not company based. What I mean by that is, I have experience from this company for 5 years, and that's like a very distinguishable experience you have in Japan. And it's easy to move to other company, right? So I haven't worked in Japan, so I'm sorry if I'm wrong, but in the US, okay, I have experience in engineering for 10 years, and you want to be something else, you have to study again, go to school again, and you have to build up your experience in this field. So what if you have experience in Japan, relevant experience, related experience in Japan, that counts. But if you have something else, you have to find a way to persuade the person that this is actually related, even if it's not. If it's not, you can say, I was doing sales, but I was reading numbers every day, and that actually helps me to understand like what the data is about. And I use Excel a lot, and I was doing data summary, so that I can count for my experience in data, something like that. So if it's completely unrelated, try to be creative, and make yourself like competitive. But this is my advice. So if you have a question, if you have a specific example, I can try to be creative with you. So please post a question. I'm not sure if I have time to answer that question today, but we can do that together here. Okay, thank you. Okay, let's move on to the next one. Shinsuke-san. Yes. What is the major difference between MBA and business analytics degree? I'm considering whether to take both. Did you rotate school campus, such as ranging from Boston to San Francisco? Yes. What is the major? So the major difference. So MBA and business analytics are very different. So MBA is Master of Business Administration, where you study about business. So you do accounting, finance, and marketing, sales, and management, supply chain, project management, and you will be trained to be uh, managers or executive for the company, because you look at all the aspects of the company. And business analytics is to be a data analyst who actually work on data. You get data and analyze and present, and this will be job. So this will be totally different. But what will be common is that they are taught both in business context, because it's a business school. So you will have a business like case study in MBA, and in business analytics you do data analysis for business. So this will be like a related part, but those are very different study. Some I personally did dual degree, so those who don't know about it, dual degree is that Hult offers two master's degree, and you can take one master degree, and after that you can take another master degree for very short period of time. So you have two master's degree. If you are interested, let me know. You can send me email, masato in the US at gmail.com. But if what was I talking about? Uh, yeah, dual degree. Yeah, so it's good to have two degree, in my opinion, but not because of the skill or expertise I got from the study. I did MIB, International Business, and to be really honest, it didn't really help me to get a job. To be really, really honest, because I wanted to be a data analyst, data scientist, and business skill is not really related. US positions skill based. I have to be good at data, not business, right? So if I want to be a business person, MIB skill does help. But if I want to be a data person, business skill doesn't help. So if you are not sure about your future, taking 2 degrees might be a good option but it's expensive. So uh, you have to be careful about the choice. And other thing is that if you really want a job in the US, having 2 degrees give you more time staying in the US. So that helps you making more friends or like studying more and know about the skills you are required to have. So the biggest advantage I had from doing 2 degrees was having more time. And 1 year, actually, it's okay. So Hult has 1 year master's degree, and dual degree is 6 months. So you do 2 master's degree in 1 year and a half, and it's very short. 1 year is like very, very short. Like it flies. So what I appreciate most is I had extra 6 months to be in this area and had a chance to meet other people. And for your second question, did I rotate? So for those who don't know about Hult, so Hult has rotation program, so you can go to other campus like New York, Shanghai, Boston, wherever. But I didn't because my goal was to get a job in Bay Area. So I had to meet people, make friends with people in Bay Area, and I had to know what are required by the in the position in Bay Area. So I really focused in Bay Area, so I didn't rotate. But rotation also, okay, this is I think important to mention, but you to be eligible for CPT, it's a curriculum practical training that allows you to work during school work when you are in school. You have to be in the US for certain period of time. In my case, that in my year that was 8 months. You have to be in the US for 8 months to do CPT. But some people started in London and came to San Francisco, haven't been in, hadn't been, had not been in the US more than 8 months. So the person wasn't able to do CPT. So that was a disadvantage for the person because even they find a position, they cannot work. So but this doesn't apply when you are in the US, like doing it in Boston and come to San Francisco. It doesn't matter, but you have to be careful when you do international rotation. Okay, let's move. Let's move. It looks like some of the message was deleted because I said in the beginning. No, okay, no worries. Let's move on. Here, Takuma-san, thank you for your question. I'm going to go to Hult. I majored in English where I was a university student, okay? In other words, I had no knowledge of business administration. Is there anything I should go before I go to Hult? Before I go to the Hult. Thank you. So you are majoring in English, that's great. And you don't have business knowledge you don't have business knowledge. Me neither. I didn't have anything. So you don't need to worry about anything. Like Hult is meant to be a total beginner for business or anything. So they teach you from the beginning, like very scratch. So don't worry about it. They will teach you what is accounting, what is marketing. Most of the class, some of the class were not good, but most of the class teach you from the very beginning. So don't worry about it. I didn't have any business experience. I didn't know what is accounting. That was my very first question I had. Can I have accounting class? I'm sitting here. And the professor started to teach me what's the financial sheet and the full balance sheet or whatever. I was like, what is accounting? And that was my first question, but I still survived, so it's okay. They will teach you, and don't worry about it. What you want to do before going is to make friends. So try to meet friends, reach out to people, and maybe you find friends here in this webinar, right? So you see some people and try to reach out to other people, and they should be help you. Hult community is really strong. Like they call it Hult people as Hultian. So try to meet other Hultian, like even online, and they should be able to help you. Other than that, let's move on. Mr. Potato. Mr. Potato, thank you for your question. You said you decided to go to Howard because you didn't have any other options because of bad GPA. Does it mean you would choose other school if you had a good GPA? No. So okay. I wasn't clear about that. Sorry about that. So I had other choice. My GPA was bad, but not that bad that I don't have any other choice. I don't think I would have chosen other school. I really liked how people, and that was like most important thing for me. Like Hult wasn't that famous at that time when I decided to join. It was 2017, so not many people knew about the school. But uh, what what was important for me is go to the US. I will be surrounded by good people. I will learn from good people. So I really care about people. So my choice is no. I don't think I would go for other schools. And I think if I have a chance to choose school again, oh maybe okay. I don't mention this. I don't mention this. But at that time, I didn't have other. I had other choice, but I would have decided Hult with regardless of my GPA. Okay, let's move now. Okay, thank you. Also, my dual degree here in Hult is business analytics from next autumn. Great. Could you also give me advice about what I should learn or experience more of the campus, Coursera or data camp or hackathon? Mm, off the campus. Off the campus. I think it depends on your goal. So if you are going to business analytics, and I assume you want to be a data analyst. So data analyst, decide your goal. So let's say I want to be a data analyst who does Python every day or SQL every day. You have to be still generic, but think over your main goal. And data camp is good material, and it's free for students. And I think it's free for students. I think, and Coursera is good too, but I don't think material matters, but your focus matters. So be specific about your goal. Try to nail it. So don't try to do everything because there are countless of classes and courses and things to run, and it's too short to do in 6 months. And if you do too wide, you don't master anything. But try to pick one skill that you are best at, you are good at, and try to master it. And you should have a position. And if you are a data analyst, you want to be a data analyst, my recommendation will be SQL. SQL. Because SQL is relatively easy. I think if you really focus, like it takes only 1 month to like be really good at it. But a lot of job requires SQL. So if you want a job as data analyst, try to master SQL. Be master of SQL, and it should give you a good position, make you competitive. there will be SQL coding question interview as well. So you will excel. Okay, let's move on. Thank you for re-answering. Of course, of course. Thank you for joining. Hult, Nadia, super proud of you. Thank you. You are a great and wonderful student. Terima kasih. Arigato. Okay. I have only 4 minutes left. I have a lot of questions. Let's go as much as I can. Excuse me. Where am I after Nadia? Okay, in the US, the communication way to involve or join someone aggressively might be shown as arrogant way. On the other hand, in Japan, that way is not liked, as ordinary people avoid part people likely. So I think your question is about or join someone aggressively might be shown as arrogant way. The communication way to improve or join. Other hand, in Japan, the way is not like us ordinary people avoid. I think you're trying to say, trying to involve with people aggressively, bad attitude in the US. So, no. So being aggressive, meaning very positive, like very going forward. It's good attitude, but you just don't need to be rude or mean to other people. Ijiwaru. So be nice, but if you try to like be close to someone aggressively, so you don't use aggressive word, but try to be persistent or like open-minded and be noticeable is a good attitude. So try to be memorable by other people, and that will make you connect to other people. I hope I answer your question, and if I'm not doing well, please paraphrase a bit, and I try to answer your question again. Okay, thank you. YSM, what did you do before go to Hult, and why did you want to go to Hult and be data scientist? So before going to Hult, I was in Japan and I was studying intercultural communication. So where I study like how communication happens, and the core of the study is that when two individual or like two group of people interact, there will be conflict, and there will be gender difference, age difference, cultural difference, and family difference, and whatever. But you will try to understand other parties, respect and other party, and try to respect each other so that you can better communicate with people from different culture and different country. So that was what I was studying. So, and communication study involves a bit of linguistic. Linguistic is about study of language. So not study of speaking language, but how the grammar works, and uh, what's the what's the like how this pronunciation work, and this part of the like teeth is called something, and when you touch with this part with a tongue, this sound is called blah blah blah. So this helped me a bit to get a position in the US. I may talk about it in the future, but this is what I was doing. So I like interacting with other people, but I was doing something else. And why I wanted to be data scientist. So to be really honest, I didn't like my undergrad. That was really boring. I really hated it. I didn't go to my school. I skipped a lot of midterms and I failed. That's why my GPA was really bad. So I was bad student because I didn't like it. But in one of the classes, I took a very basic statistics class. Statistics is tokeigaku in Japanese. And for English teacher, because my study offers a license for English teacher. So where I study like what's the mean, what's the average, what's the variant, what's the median, what's the Hyojun Hensel. So that's what I studied, and I found it's like very interesting. Oh, okay, this is what I want. Like, this is I really want to study. And the teacher told me that there's a job called data scientist. He said, I would have done that if I'm a student. And I was like, oh, this sounds interesting. And I went to home, like, Googled, what's data scientist? Data scientist does like a business and speak English. And that this is like a very bad definition. Like if I look back, but they do business, they speak English, and they work with data. And this is what I found. Okay, so I'm studying English, and I don't know business, and I don't know. Sorry about. And I don't know my I don't know business, and so I don't know data. So okay, let's go to study business and data. So that's how I decided to go to Hult because I wanted to do business and data. And it's how I knew data science job, and I found interesting. It's what I'm kind of doing right now. Okay, good. Let's move on. It's already 10. Let's say I will answer three more questions, and I will wrap up today. So those who didn't have a chance to get the answer, I'm so sorry, but I will do this again. So please do come back, and I do my best to schedule this again, right? Okay. Please tell me the tools that you use at work other than Tableau. SQL. So SQL isn't a tool, but it's very important to work with data. So SQL is if I remember the definition, SQL. Something query language. I'm sorry, I forgot what S stands for. Something query language. Structured query language. Please write it in the comment if you know the answer. I think something query language. I forgot. SQL. So when you have data, it is stored in database, and you want to put data from database, right? So you use SQL to pull data, but you don't want like whole thing because it's like gigantic, like very huge data. So you just want data that have like this feature. So you just pick this part and you put it on your computer or anywhere and analyze data. So SQL is commonly used, and as I said earlier, it's very commonly used technique. So you should be good at it. Okay. Okay. I have two more questions to answer. Shinsuke-san, does Hult provide some opportunity to contact frequently or have a strong network with GAFAM? I would appreciate it if you could give details. Hult provide opportunity to connect to frequently or have a strong network with. To be honest, I don't think so. I don't think so. So probably you mentioned GAFAM because some people say if you go to Hult, you can get a job at GAFAM, but that's lie. Like, it's not guaranteed and it's not easy and it's very rare to get job at GAFAM. Given the number of the people go to Hult, I think each year 200 or 300 people join Hult, and people who get a job in GAFAM will be less than 3. And if it's a contract, including contractor position, and those who get full-time position can be 0. So it's not easy. So please don't misinterpret this thing. So it's possible. because like nothing is impossible, right? So anything is possible. So anything is possible, but don't think that going to Hult gives you GAFAM job. And it is same. Even if you go to UC Berkeley, Stanford, Harvard, it's same thing. If you are good at something, you may have a chance. If you are not, you have difficulty. Okay. So this is very important distinction. So, but Hult has good alumni community. So you have a chance to connect to people who actually work for big tech company in Bay Area. So that's one advantage, but don't try to rely on school. School are there to help you to get prepared to be in the job market, but they won't be able to help you actually getting the position. Hey, here's a position. Just apply and you get it. This is not gonna happen. Okay. Good. Thank you. So this might be the last question. Zaemon-san, I'm planning to get my MIB at the Dubai campus and my dual degree at San Francisco. I'm worried that I start looking for a job in US at the time of dual degree. I might be too late. It might be too late. How did you, dear friend, who rotated campuses around with Mr. Masashi tackling finding a job in the US. Mr. Masashi, how is your friend? Probably this is about me, Masato. Or I don't know Masashi-san probably, but maybe you try to write Masato, right? So how did my friend who rotated found a job? So hmm, people who rotated. I most of my friends didn't rotate, didn't rotate, and most of the I wouldn't say like rotating is bad, but if you try to get a job in Bay Area, you basically have like half the amount of the time you spend in Bay Area. So at the same rate, if you do the networking or study at the same rate, you will have half the knowledge or half the network uh, compared to the people who stayed in the US for the whole time, right? So I don't have a good example who rotated but found a job in Bay Area because most of my friends didn't rotate. And I know one person who came from Boston campus and got a good job, but I don't know in detail. So I'm sorry, I don't think I can help you with this like question with confidence. But my recommendation uh, is not to rotate if you really want to get a job in this area because you have double the amount of time. But it's your choice, and you may find like really good opportunity in Dubai. You may have good connection in Dubai. So it's your choice. But I personally didn't try to do it because I wanted to stay here in Bay Area. I still think that was the right choice of me. Okay. Sorry, Mr. Masato. Okay, okay, okay. Now understood the question. So yeah, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Okay. Uh, okay, I'm getting some more question, but it's 10 minutes over, so I think I should wrap up here. But I'm really surprised to have this many people, and I really appreciate everyone attending this seminar. So I will promise to do this again. So please stay tuned, and I will upload this recording so you can rewatch it again. And my aim, my goal of doing this YouTube channel live is to help as many people as possible. So just to give you a bit of history, uh, I've been I have been receiving like a lot of questions and connect requests on LinkedIn, Facebook, and Line, and I was doing my best to help everyone. But one time, the number of the message I received went beyond like dozen, like 10, and I wasn't able to answer everyone. So, but I still wanted to help people. So I thought about it and how can I do it and what I should do it. So this is my like conclusion. So to have a live seminar, so I dedicate myself for 1 hour and answer as many questions as possible. And if someone else have same question, the person can benefit from this recording, right? So that was my aim. So please stay tuned, and if your friends are interested in like studying or working or visiting US, please share this channel. This helps me a lot, and it gives me motivation to keep doing this and help more students, more people. So I'm happy to do this, but my time is limited, so I will have this live session. So I'm running out of my words. So thank you very much for joining, and I'm looking forward to seeing you in the next session. I haven't planned the next session, but I will schedule on YouTube. So please stay tuned. Thank you so much. I'm reading the. Thank you for answering my question, of course. Sorry, Masato, it's okay. Thank you for answering a lot of questions, of course. I had a mindful time. Great, thank you. Thank you for answering my question, of course. Thank you. Thank you for your help. Thank you, of course. Thank you, Masato. Have a good night. Thank you very much, everyone. See you next time. Thank you. Bye bye.